Hello, welcome to the Reframing Mindset podcast. We are clear my head of the thoughts that are preventing clarity, practice my speech, among other things. Episodes range from informative knowledge to funny stories about my experiences, and in the future, maybe include interviews. So subscribe and enjoy. Episodes drop every other day. Okay, welcome back to the Reframing Mindset podcast. My name is Colin Books. This episode I'm going to talk about 17th week, bro. 17th week. This week, I guess, is is why you kind of the stereotypical um what they say now the workplace is not people people at your workplace aren't your friends stuff. We kind of gets kind of understand it because it's where the 17th week is where I realize that everybody's there to do business and they're there to make money. They make that clear from the training, and it's like no matter how much you build a rapport and stuff like that, everybody is there to make their money. So it's like if you're not actually there to actually put in the work, they they will cut in a slack because we made it to a 17 week and I made it far from the training. And what happened is that people that started training did not make it to the 17 week. A lot of them quit, and a lot of them quit for various reasons. And what happened is that each week had their trial. And what happened is that you had to push through those. What happened was that the trial was more mental, and it was really mental than physical. Well, it was both, but it was, you have to mentally push yourself throughout those stages to reach this stage. And you still have to push if you want to reach further, you still have to push yourself. You can't. What happens is that you have to take each week and learn each day to get better. And if you're not doing that, when the stakes gets higher, you aren't ready for the pressure. And now I think this is what the business world does, where they make these stakes because what happens? They're paying you real money. These people are taking their money that they're making and giving you to be an employee. So it's that they have to really prove your loyalty. I'm paying this money, so I have to prove your loyalty. And these stages are just their way to say, okay, you're proving your loyalty. So I understand that. And now I reach the stage where, a lot of us made it out. What happened is that, while we're still a team and such like that, what happened is that we're at the company now. We're at the company now. All the team members now, all the people that came in are training now. We're part of the company now. And what happened is that like all of us, the company is a big company. So it's like all of us now are just doing the job now. So it's like we're we're no longer the training, the the small 24 or 25 hours that came in now. We're basically um around one of maybe 300 or so how many more people at this company. So and one of the things I realized was that this week I was like like if I didn't come early, I was fighting for a seat. I was fighting for a seat. Like I'm not fighting like physically fighting, but like when I came in, the seat that I had the day before would be gone the next day if I did not came because I did not came early enough. So that's basically what the 70 week was like. Yo, it's real. It's real this time. It's real this time. But it's what you have to. I guess I said this business world is really a thing, bro. It's really a thing. You have to really be putting the effort to actually make it there. But what happened also is that because we keep switching seat because I'm keep switching seat, and some of the days is not because I'm reaching late, it's because like now the team say, okay, we're gonna go over here instead. What happened is that I'm not able to settle into my place because if you remember, well, I'm not sure if the episode will come out before or after this episode, but what happened is that each place what we're sitting at, the tools are not perfectly, they're not using the best tools. So certain seat that I go to, the tools are bad, bro. The tools are bad. So it's like I'm struggling in that day because the tools are bad. And it's like, yo. But there are certain days now I reach to a place and be like, yo, the tools are good, and I'm just clicking, bro. I'm just clicking. I just want to go back to that same place the next day, but you know, what happens? So one time this week, I went, have the found a nice place. But by the next day, and because I reached late, somebody took that place, bro. I was back, and then next time now, I was going back to that same place, and then the person be like, "Okay, we're working over here now." So it's like, bro, it was like, bro, this I can't get settled down in so I can perform the best. So I guess that's the issue, this week going forward. But what happened is that this this week, I'm I guess this is what for the stats, and I'm playing catch up. That's what I'm trying to do now. So I'm trying to catch up on those stats. I'm at the basically the middle of March, not the middle of March. We're coming down to the end of March now. But what happened is that as I'm just playing catch up now. It's like I'm getting every day. I'm getting smarter at the job. So it's like yeah, I'm getting and I'm catching up. And what happening is that this week is the end of another um stat cycle. Because the stat cycle is like every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks they cut off the stats. And what happened is that I met some of the stats. I think I met one of the stats, at least one of the stats. I think I would have made. Hopefully, I would have made two, but at the last day, something came up and made me think I actually lost that stat. But I actually made one of the stats this week and the end of this week. And I guess the one thing that I should be getting but ain't getting, that I ain't getting the most of, is the attendance, bro. Because I said we're back into the morning shift now, and waking up early is not easy, bro. Waking up early is not easy. I have to really, and then the traffic and all those stuff is like, bro, it's a thing. But I guess we're still here. We're just gonna put in the more work into 18 week. I guess the 18 week. What I'll say is that I'm gonna see if it's more of me executing to try catch up more on the other stats so that I can get more of the reach more of the stats this time. So it's not me. So I guess this from this week on, it's not me saying, okay, yo, I'm bad at the job or anything. It's just me just trying to get better, better at the work so that I can become more professional at it. I'm not really. I got the fundamentals down, so it's just me just adding to the fundamentals now. Just adding to the fundamentals now so that I can actually execute better. And what happened this week is funny. Is that well, not, well, not this week, but from the day we actually got the new supervisor, is that the person that was my lead when I was doing the on-the-job training is now my teammate, bro. It's now we're on the same team, so it's like it's one of those things where I guess it's another lesson as well, where a person that you look up to or a person that are better than you, if you actually put in the work, you can actually reach on their level, and then maybe eventually surpass their level. You know, I know. And you, as that could be the same for you. You can put in the work and reach a level, and then a person you take up and train can reach your level now, and then they surpass you. And it's up to you if you decide to hate on that or nothing like that. It's best not to hate on that because what happens is that If you hate on that, you will not rise because you spend so much time with the hate. You don't take the time to actually focus on you leveling up as well, because you can eventually level up and pass them again and stuff like that. So as I said, it's and because we're on the same team, that would mean that we're at the same level in a certain sense, because he has longer time, so he's. But what happens is that being on the same team, it's kind of this thing in the throne here just to say, yeah, as a lesson to you to say, okay, yo, school or anything, somebody that you look up to, you can actually reach your level. You learn from them and then boom, eventually reach your level and be like, wow, be like, wow, so that's how things go. That's how things go. So that's basically for this episode. Thank you for listening. I look forward for next episode. Mhm.
Well, this is the end of the episode. Thanks for watching and look forward for the next episode. To support this podcast, go to anchor.fm/cssb/support or become a sponsor for this episode. If you have a product that you want to have more exposure, DM me on the Instagram page, Reframing Mindset Podcast, or on Twitter at ReframingP. Either way would help. Thank you regardless for listening, and here's a preview for the next episode.
Chemistry, because well, my degree is biochemistry. But that's that's not the chemistry that I'm speaking about. Chemistry again in the business of science, because as I said, you never know if I will execute on these stuff. I know, one thing I realized, doing this 9 to 5 was that. So what happened was that one of the weeks, episode will come out after that. Should be after that week, after that episode drops. I don't know what I realized that what happened was that one of the weeks now my supervisor got fired. And it's like, what happened was that supervisor had to build rapport with her. It's not she when I came in, she liked me off a sudden. I had to, prove my worth, and then when I proved my worth now, then she started, become more friendly. But what happened was that she suddenly got fired, and then there was this new